HTC is one of the best Windows Mobile handset producer, and from Titan 1 to Titan 2 has added new features. Let's see which they are, and let's see the face-to-face to Titan 1 against Titan 2. I'm Emilio Vignapiano, and of course you are on CellulareMagazine.it. Let's start on in the same moment the two handsets. Okay. As you see, they are pretty different in the shape and also in the function. Let's start from the right side. We have from both in the top the turn on and turn off button. Here we find the wireless menu button on Titan 1. There is not anymore on Titan 2. As you see, Titan 1 has already started with Windows Mobile 5. Windows Mobile 6 on the new Titan has not started yet. On the bottom of the right side we have the camera button that are different. In the other model, in the old model, was 2 megapixel. You can find a mirror for auto shooting and a LED flash. Now you find only the camera. And now the camera is not anymore of 2 megapixel, it's a 3 megapixel camera. Of course you can find also the GPS antenna on the back, while also the Titan 2 has started up. On the bottom we see in the old model the ISA port that is not anymore. This button was used to open the back cover. Now the back cover just squeeze. With a little squeezing movement you open. There is still the mini USB port to open, and from this place, now it's in this place to put the holder of your phone. We can find also the micro SD slot here. It's not very useful, and the plastic used to really get bad in a while. We have tested for more than a month nowadays. On the left side we find the wheel, of course, the OK button for Windows Mobile, and voice recorder or voice calling. We find also micro SD on the old model that, as we saw, was in the bottom in the new model. Nothing on top. The back side we already seen. So let's see the front. Pretty different also the menus. As you see on the right side we have the new one with Windows Mobile 6 and HTC user interface that is very useful with just one finger. The Today now has got all these features, so you can put the landscape just with a click in the new model. Let's put it back in portrait mode. You have your Windows Mobile Live, and then of course your ringtone. On the other model we find the normal Windows Mobile 5 user interface. That was phone edition against professional edition, both pretty same features because they are both touchscreen. The resolution is the same, 240 by 320. As you see in the front, the camera is in another position, and there are not anymore the keys of Windows Explorer Mobile and the messages in the top. Now everything is in the bottom, at the bottom of the screen. You find the same keys. Here were 6 plus the video calling. Now there are 8, and there is not anymore the video calling key. When you open the phone, you open from different sides, as you see. When they are open, they look pretty same, but there are many different features. In fact, automatically here starts the illumination. Here you have to turn it on and turn it off, or you have to program to the setting. Another cool thing is that now you can move the screen, and in the old model you couldn't, so you can easily tap your stuff also on a table. I didn't find it very useful, but a lot of people that used to put the smartphone on surface find it pretty useful. I prefer to hold it like that. The key is pretty new because there is a little gum on it that makes it feel more comfortable when you use it. Of course, on board there is we saw that there is touch screen. The memory is pretty different. In the old model we have 64 megabytes. In the new one we have 256. Micro SD expansion on both. Now you can expand up to 4 gigabytes we have tested, no more. The battery on board is the same, 1350 milliampere. The SIM is not anymore under the battery, how it was in the old model, but is under the display in this position to unlock when you open your mobile phone. Stay in standby. When you put another SIM card, you have to re-put the PIN and all the other stuff, because in Europe we have a law that every time you change a SIM, you have to re-authenticate on the network. There is on both Bluetooth, of course, to have your wireless headphone to hear music. And the main thing is also the arriving of the GPS. The GPS is working pretty good for a Windows Mobile handset. Of course, it's not an external GPS. Bluetooth, of course, is not a GPS standard alone, but it's working pretty good. Now there is not just a connection, it's not anymore a quadriband with UMTS. Now we have also HSDPA, so you can use the turbo UMTS here in Europe. And the dimension of the old model were 112 per 58 per 22 millimeters against 112 per 59 per 19 millimeters. As you've seen, is really a bit smaller, but this dimension and all the new technologies has also give a little more heavy, the new one. Okay. As you see, it's 176 grams against 191 grams with the same SIM card plugged in. It's a 64 gigabyte SIM card. In Europe and in Italy in particular, this model, the new Titan, is 829 euro. That is pretty a high price, but this model really have everything from GPS to HSDPI to Wi-Fi, everything you can need on your smartphone. For CellulareMagazine.it, Emilio Vignapiano with the face-to-face of HTC Titan 1 against Titan 2.